Welcome back to Wood Acres. Today we're raising Mumbles Pond and installing the overflow pipe.
This might be a good time to tell you. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but I hope it works. Oh man.
We're getting a pretty nice overcast day today, and we are expecting a good amount of rain next week, so I think this is going to be a good time for this project. Oh, Mav, you chasing butterflies? I know, we got a lot of butterflies on the buddleia bush in the beach. Huh, pup, how you doing? Yeah, you got your vest on, don't you? Yes, you do. Now, I did think about doing this last week before we got that 3 inches of rain in one day, and that would have been a really good time to do it to get water in Mumbles Pond. But with everything else going on, I ran out of time before the rain came. Plus, I didn't have the overflow pipe, and I kind of want to get the overflow in at the same time I do the spillway. Huh, pup, so we had to go to the store and spend some money. And we picked up 60 feet of Schedule 40 4-inch pipe, and this is going to be the overflow for Mumbles Pond. And I also picked up a few couplers. And we're going to need the backhoe for this project, but also the ditch witch again. So my brother's going to be bringing the ditch witch home after work today, and we're going to be able to use that to get the overflow pipe in, because the ditch witch trenches a nice 4-inch ditch, and it's going to be perfect for the pipe without having to do a lot of extra digging. Hey, turkey. I see you birds, they're getting big. You're going to be moving out to the pasture here soon. The broilers are leaving in the morning. But we've been working on Mumbles Pond out here since last November, whenever me, my dad, and my brother dug it in a weekend. Mumbles Pond took about 4.5 months to fill up over winter, and she's been holding water really well. But I did want the water a little bit higher than it's sitting right now. And that line at the top of the light is 9 feet. The next line that you can see is 8.5 feet, and then the next line that's kind of worn off is 8 feet. So as you see it right now, we're sitting at about 8 feet, but whenever it's dry, it drops down a little bit under 8 feet, and whenever it's real wet and we get a lot of rain, we go a little over 8 feet. Hump pop. And I would like it to be a little bit higher whenever it's dry, so the plan is to raise the spillway up, because that's the lowest point we have right now. And the storm did dislodge my duck-proof floating planter, so I'm going to have to get that reattached to the stump. And somehow the 2-tier fountain came off its anchor as well, so we have to get that tied back up too. But the spillway over here is what we're going to be working on today. And I did have some temporary rocks in here, but I got those taken out yesterday. So now we have a nice clean surface we're going to be able to work from. But once we get the rest of these rocks taken out of here, we're going to start building this up. I have some bentonite clay I just picked up, and we're going to be mixing that in with my natural clay. And we're going to try and raise this spillway a little bit between these two sides. Is that a raindrop? Am I getting a raindrop from that cloud right now? We better not get any rain today. It's going to be a lot easier to do this project if it's dry. Now the spillway getting raised up is just going to be a portion of the project. We're also going to be adding a new pipe through the dam. Because over here is technically the emergency spillway. It's not supposed to take every overflow. It's just supposed to take the really heavy rains. Which heavy rain seems to be the only rains we've been getting this year. But if we get some natural normal rains, I do want the pond to overflow underground so we don't create a muddy mess out here. So the other part of the goal today is to get these tarps peeled back so we can cut a trench into the dam that we can lay a 4-inch pipe into and then backfill and cover up. And then that way, whenever the pond's overflowing, it can drain through that pipe underground and go over to the collection pond without making a mess. And then if we get some heavy rains that the overflow pipe can't handle, we still have the emergency spillway to take the rest. Because really, if the rain is that heavy, it's going to be muddy out here anyway. But the plan is going to be to get the overflow pipe over to the collection pond. So we're going to be coming just outside the garden gate there and putting a trench right through here. And that'll lead us right through the dam here. So the pipe is going to be coming out right around where the depth gauge is. So we're going to open up this seam of tarp here so we have bare ground to work with. Hump up. And then we also have the transit out that I'm going to get my dad's help with so we can get exactly where this pipe is going to land. Because I want the water level to come up just below that turf line on the island. And that's where I would like to keep the pond balanced. We'll go over that line whenever we get a lot of rain, and we might go under that line during a drought period. But that's where I want the actual level of the pond to stay. So we need to make sure we get the overflow pipe in at the right height. Thanks, broilers. And then I'm thinking once we have the pipe laid in place, we can get the spillway height set right at about 1 inch below the top of the pipe. That way we'll have a full pipe of water flowing out before the spillway takes any. What are you doing, Mav? Careful there. You pup. Just gets a zoomies after he gets wet. Huh, pup. But that is going to be the plan for the day. We'll see how it goes. We are going to probably work on the spillway first until my brother brings the trencher home. But we'll get the trench laid out where the overflow pipe is gonna go, and then we'll start building up the spillway. And I did pick up some bags of bentonite clay, which is kind of like a pond sealer, and we're gonna be using that to make a plug around the overflow pipe and help close off the spillway. Pup, so we're gonna see if that works. Hopefully we can get that done today before the rain comes. Quit stealing my feathers, you pup. But all right, let's get started and enjoy nature today. Pup.
Almost 3.5 feet below water level right now. Enough room.
All right, we have a pretty good idea of how low the pipe needs to go and how deep the trench is gonna be. I'm gonna try and cut a trench right down this line, deep into the ground and over to the collection pond. I just need to bring the 4-inch pipe over here, and then we gotta wait until my brother brings the trencher. So in the meantime, my dad and I are gonna work on raising the spillway. We need to come in here and just clean up some of this vegetation that's in there. We gotta pull these rocks out of here, and then we're gonna bring over some of the clay that we dug out of the pond, and we're gonna start building this section up. And we do have good clay here. Everything's holding on the pond, so we could end up sealing it with the clay that we have, but to make it even better and make sure it seals, we're gonna be using bentonite clay. Uh-oh. Oh, Mav, you almost got stuck in there, bud. We'll get rocks there soon enough. Well, maybe not soon enough, but we'll get rocks on the dam when we can. Mav zooms after he gets wet. You pup. Pup, coming in. And my dad's getting in the backhoe right now, and on his way over, he's gonna bring over some wood chips for the corner where we have some runoff. And then he's gonna grab some of the spoils we have from digging out Mumbles Pond over there on the other side. He's gonna try and get that busted up into some loose workable dirt. And that's what we're gonna be using to fill in the spillway and raise Mumbles Pond. Pup, load up. And if we have that water level at 3.5,
We're gonna bring water level up to 3.
water level's coming up to 3 to the bottom of the overflow of a 4-inch pipe. So then I want to be 3 inches above where the overflow takes water.
So you wanna be
2.9. 2.9.
Okay.
Get the rocks out of the way, and then we'll reline it. What are you doing, Dizzy? ya, Pop. I hear ya. Gotta pack the dirt in, Pops. Pack it in and do it all over again. I hear ya. Getting close though. Docs, I don't need you playing in it. You leave my spillway alone, Duke. Well, the ditch witch is here. And Mav's ride. We're getting another lift put in here, but I don't think it's high enough quite yet. We're gonna have to raise it up a little bit more, but it is coming along. Hopefully it seals. Pump up.
Might be a good time to tell you. I don't know exactly what we're doing, but I hope it works. Up, up. Come in. 2 more inches higher. Should be good.
Pups, what do you think? Mumbles, I see you, girl. We'll get your pond raised up. We're gonna shoot it with the transit one more time, see how much more dirt we need here. I think we just need one more lift and we might be good. Hump up. Right about there.
You are 3-1.
3-1, we want 2-9. Yeah, we have one more lift. One more lift to do, 3-4 inches. There's a hole here. 3-2. So 4 or 5 more inches. Hump up. Run it over.
Run it over. Might sink a little bit. We're half inch high.
Do you have anything left in your bucket?
I think there is.
Now you can put it here at the base.
Yeah, I got a little bit left in half the bucket.
You can put it at the end.
Where? In there.
What do you think, pup? That is looking pretty good. We got the spillway all raised up here, packed in tight, and it's looking pretty neat. What do you think, pup? We just hit it with the transit one more time, and it looks like we're perfect height. We're not gonna know until the rain comes though, but we gotta get this dressed up with some stone and covered so we don't have it washing out whenever it overflows. I used 150 pounds of bentonite right here on the apron, trying to seal all that in, and that's actually gonna seal even better once it gets wet. And the benefit of the bentonite clay is it expands whenever it gets wet. So whenever this whole pile gets wet, it's gonna expand and fill in any of the gaps that are left over. Hopefully we don't have any gaps, but if we do, the water will find it. So we're gonna get these rocks that we had put back on the edge, and then we're gonna fill this in with some gravel. I'm thinking about putting some landscape fabric down first too, just to hold everything in place. Because you saw last time we got a lot of rain, the spillway was a-flowing. Here, look at this wall. We're moving some dirt today. I do want to come in here and get this packed up because I want to raise the pond level a little bit. So to make sure this all gets held in place, we need to get it covered up. And he's bringing some topsoil here for the dam. Puppy, come here. Come on. You're in the way again. That's a little bit low there. He's just going to top it off. Right about there, pup. Come here. Come on. There you go. That'll make sure the water goes down the spillway instead of coming this way. Oh, almost had it. A little clumpy. Now, I don't know if we're gonna finish it, but I am still hoping to start this trench too. But we are running out of daylight. Huh, birds? I see ya. Watch out, Mav. Well, we noticed a little bit of a hump here and a dip right there. So we're gonna go ahead and cut a little bit of this out so everything flows downhill. We really don't want any puddles because the ducks will take advantage of that and they'll just keep making it deeper and deeper, and that won't be good for the spillway. Come, pup. So we're gonna straighten this out and then we're gonna get the rocks and fabric in place. Come, pup. All right, this is looking pretty good. Now we just need to get a little bit of gravel and fill in around these stones so the water doesn't flow through too quickly. Oh, I hear you, pup. I think dinner's ready. And we're obviously not getting to the ditch tonight, so I'm hoping I can get that done tomorrow morning. That might be on a part 2. I don't know if we'll continue this video. It's getting kind of long. I know, we bit off more than we can chew, pup. I hear you, ducks. What do you think, Echo Pup? The spillway turned out great. We're not quite finished yet. We still want to fill that in with gravel, but I think it'll even work as is. I just put a few medium-sized rocks here in place so we don't have everything washing away too quickly, but I'm going to fill in all those gaps with some gravel and take the gravel all the way down to the water. And I think I do have enough gravel left over there. I can do that, but I'm going to have to get more to finish off the rest of the fabric. And I'll probably get some bigger stones for the sides here too, but I'm just really curious to see how the water's gonna flow over this next time we get some rain. But you're able to see where the water level is, and you're able to see where the water level has to get to overflow. So now there's a lot more space, and we can make Mumbles Pond even deeper. Huh, pup, but I don't think we're getting the overflow pipe in tonight. My dad did come over here to the collection pond and scoop out the couple of lilies we had here on the corner. And then he just trenched out a little bit into the yard here because I need to connect this to Mumbles Pond. The overflow pipe is going to go right through the dam, and then it's going to come right through here to the collection pond. And the collection pond's looking pretty good. Maverick actually fell in earlier and he came out cleaner. Huh, pup. And I also found my sycamore in there. We moved this sycamore to dig Mumbles Pond, and I didn't see it come up after winter, so it must have took a little while to sprout up. But now that we have a sycamore tree, we're going to have to find a spot in the landscape for it. Huh, pup, what are you doing? Don't get all wet, you just got a bath. I know, puppy. But alright guys, I still have to close up the barn, and I know I have some loose turkeys to catch, so that's going to be all for this one. If you want to keep following along with part 2 coming here tomorrow, whenever we do the overflow pipe, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy.